You're not ungrateful. You're awake. This is the Dignity Room, a place that's always yours. Come in.
Try something. Just in your head. Finish this sentence. What I actually need right now is. Did you notice what happened? So maybe before you even got to the answer, before you named one single thing, something else arrived. Fast, automatic, a small wave of something uncomfortable. Guilt. And the strange part is, you haven't done anything. You haven't taken a single thing from anyone. You haven't said no to anyone, cancelled on anyone, asked anyone for help. You just had a private thought about your own needs inside your own head. And the guilt showed up anyway, before the thought even finished. That reflex, guilt before you've even acted, is what I want to talk about today. Because it's been running your life longer than you realize, and it was never actually telling you the truth. So there is a difference between two kinds of guilt, and I think that difference matters a lot. The first kind is real. It shows up when you've actually done something wrong. So when your actions hurt someone or when you let someone down. That guilt is, most likely useful. It points you toward making something right. The second kind is what we are talking about today. It shows up before you've done anything. The moment you think about what you need, the moment you consider your own feelings. So, the moment you're just imagine putting yourself first for once. That's not a conscience, that's a reflex. And a reflex was trained into you, which means it can also be questioned. And today I want to look at where that reflex came from, what it's actually costing you, and one small thing you can do the next time it shows up. So let's look at how this happens. Because nobody is born with feeling guilty about their own needs. So watch any small kid, maybe your kids. They ask for what they want without any shame, right? I'm hungry. I want that. Pick me up. No guilt, no apology, just a need stated plainly. Somewhere along the way, that changed for you. Maybe you were praised for being easy, the good girl, the one who didn't make a fuss. And underneath that praise, there was a quiet lesson. Your value here is connected to how little you need. Or maybe the woman around you, your mother or grandmother, quietly put themselves last for decades. And you absorbed, without any saying it out loud, that this is what good women do. That love means self-erasure. Maybe there was a moment when you asked for something, your turn, your time, your say in something, and you were met with, after everything we do for you, or must be nice to only think of yourself. Just once might have been enough to teach you the lesson permanently. You learned wanting something for yourself out loud has a cost. So you stopped wanting things out loud, and eventually you started feeling guilt before you even let yourself want anything privately. So here's the most important part. None of this was your choice. You didn't sit down one day and decide your needs would always come last. You were trained into it slowly by people and situations, most of them not even aware they were doing it. A trained reflex isn't who you are, it's just a habit so old it stopped looking like a habit. Now, I want to look at the word that's doing most of the damage: selfish. Because somewhere behind the guilt, that's the word waiting. If I take this time, if I say what I need, if I put myself first even once, that makes me selfish. And nobody wants to be that. But let's look at what selfish actually means. Selfish means consistently taking at other people's real expense, taking more than you share, causing actual harm to get what you want. That's a real thing and it matters. But that's not what we are talking about. What you are calling selfish is something completely different. It's having a need. It's wanting an hour, a boundary, a moment that belongs to you. Having a need is not selfish. I say this again because this is important. Having a need is not selfish. It's human. Look at everyone around you. Your partner has needs. Your children have needs. Your colleagues have needs. They ask for things, take up space, make requests, and nobody calls it selfish, right? It's just called being a person. The word only gets attached to your needs. And that's not because your needs are actually different. It's because somewhere along the way you learned that you are not really allowed to have them. And here's what's been happening because of that. Every time you've wanted something for yourself and immediately labeled it selfish, you stopped yourself before anyone else even had the chance to respond. You did the work of the guilt in advance, so efficiently that nobody around you ever had to ask you to put yourself last. You did it automatically for years. That's not virtue, that's the burnt toast. Every day, without anyone asking, you take the burnt toast and call it love. And hey, you deserve the good toast too. So the guilt will keep showing up. I'm not going to promise that one episode changes that. It's a deep reflex. It takes time. But here's what you can do right now. You can stop automatically obeying it. The next time that guilt arrives, that fast, automatic way when you think about what you need, don't push it away and don't just let it win either. Just pause and ask it one honest question. Have I actually done something wrong? Or did I just have a need? That's the whole move. You're not arguing with the feeling. You're just checking if it's true before you act on it. And if the honest answer is yes, I've actually hurt someone, then the guilt is real. Listen to it. Make it right. But if the honest answer is no, I haven't done anything, I just had a need and I felt instantly guilt for it, then you've caught the reflex. And now you get to do something new. You feel the guilt, you notice it not pointing at a real wrongdoing, and you act on your need anyway. The discomfort doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It means you're doing something unfamiliar. Those two things feel almost identical at first. Most women mistake one for the other for years. You don't need to guilt to disappear before you are allowed to have needs. You just need to stop treating it as proof of something when it isn't. It was trained into you. It is not the truth about you. And every time you catch it and act anyway, gently, on something real, the reflex gets a little weaker and the truth gets a little louder. So I invite you for, let's say, this week or for a week. Think of the one thing you've wanted and quietly talked yourself out of it. Name it, let it be real for a second, and then keep it and do it anyway. So here are 3 things to take with you today. 1. The instant guilt you feel when you think about your own needs. That's a trained reflex, not your conscience. You weren't born with it. You learned it through 1,000 small lessons. And what was learned can be questioned. 2. Selfish means taking at someone else's real expense. Having a need is not that. It's human. Everyone around you has needs, openly, without guilt. The word only gets attached to yours. That's not because your needs are different. It's because you learned you weren't allowed to have them. And 3, you don't need to you don't need the guilt to stop before you can act. Just ask it one question. Have I actually done something wrong, or did I just have a need? And if it's a real wrong, then make it right. And if it's just a need, feel the guilt and act anyway. And the discomfort means unfamiliar, not wrong.
If today resonated, here's the most honest place to go next. Something I recorded just for you. No fluff, just the first real step back to yourself. It's waiting in the show notes. Take care of yourself. This was the Dignity Room.